What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first round of the Full Metal Geek roster gauntlet. These will be the undercards for the rest of the regular season. Just to re-explain to everybody what this is, it's an exciting thing we're doing for people who are not on the roster and, are tired of waiting for testing. We gave 8 random competitors the chance to fight it out in this gauntlet for the chance to secure a spot on next year's roster. This is the first round of it. It's going to be one-on-one matches for 7 rounds. The winner at the end guarantees their spot. And today we have 2 competitors. We have Nick Carley and Willy Phillips. Now, Nick Carley has been around this league. We've seen what we can do and other things. Of course, though, this is his first time here in Geek. We're excited to see. Willy Phillips is a completely new person here for us, coming out of nowhere. We're going to see if he's got what it takes to get here into Geek. So, we're going to bring these guys in. We're going to get these started. So introducing first, we have the man who was chosen at number 1, and that is Nick Carley.
What's up? Good stuff. I'm excited. Let's do this.
All right. And his opponent, number 2, seeing who will move on, it is Mr. Willy Phillips.
Excited to be here. Let's get it on.
All right, that's what we're here to do, gentlemen. So let's go ahead and get started with round number 1. Round number 1 is going to work like this. It's a typical whiteboard round. You'll have 15 seconds to write down an answer. Once 15 seconds is up, you'll ask to reveal and vocalize your answer. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. There are 6 questions only in this round. There is no bonus for a perfect round, so do the best you can. Gentlemen, Nick, are you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Willy, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get it on. Question number 1 is going to come in the category of Worlds of DC. Who kills Jor-El in Man of Steel? I do not have a co-host today. I appreciate these guys staying quiet and just letting me talk to myself. You know what? You're really good when you do, RJ. I appreciate that, Renee. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down, and we start with Nick.
Is it General Zod?
That is correct. And Willy?
Didn't get it.
All right. And a reminder, gentlemen, I do forget, you are still allowed there's no challenges, but you are still allowed your 3 repeats. Your 3 repeat rules, but no challenges. All right. Next question is going to come in the category of Star Wars. Star Wars. How does Han save Luke from freezing on Hoth in The Empire Strikes Back? Gentlemen, go into the board very quickly. I like that. It's super intense. It's super quiet. That's how you know these guys are taking this very seriously. 5, 4,
You got a repeat.
3. No problem. That is Willy's first repeat. In the category of Star Wars, how does Han save Luke from freezing on Hoth in The Empire Strikes Back? Most people would criticize, that's an early repeat, but let's remember, guys, this is a reduced match. It's, you got to use your repeats when you can use them. We'll see if it worked out for Willy in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Willy, your answer.
Puts him in the belly of a banta. Banta?
Unfortunately, I cannot accept that. Nick.
I basically put the same thing. I just couldn't think of Banta.
That's why I used the repeat, and I came up with Banta.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's what it is. We have with the rules. As long as you put inside of an animal, it is correct. However,
Okay.
Willy put a banta. It was a tauntaun. That's why his answer is incorrect.
Oh, okay.
So Nick will get the point,
Okay.
and Willy will not get the point.
And wrong.
Okay.
Yep.
It happens.
All right, gentlemen. Your next category is going to come in the Wizarding World. Wizarding World. What did Harry see in the mirror of Erized when he first found it in the Sorcerer's Stone?
Ooh.
I need to watch this movie again. It's half the reason I got HBO Max. 5,
Yep.
4, 3, 2, and 1. I'll admit the other half is the Snyder Cut next year. Let's go to Nick.
I put his parents.
And Willy?
His parents.
Both correct. Willy on the board. Nick, so far, all 3 correct. All right, gentlemen, your next category, 4th category, is going to come in DC. This is non-worlds of DC movies. What is the name that Lucius gives to the large aircraft operated by Batman in The Dark Knight Rises? Some people say the weakest of the trilogy. I would tend to agree. Let's be honest. All right, gentlemen.
I would say it's not a bad thing. I think all three of them are good. But
Oh, yeah, no, they're still great. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down, and we start with Willy.
Bat.
We will accept that. And Nick.
the Bat.
Yep. Both correct. All right, gentlemen, your pentultimate question is going to come in everyone's favorite category of mixed bag. It still sneaks in there, even though there's only 6 categories. In Snowpiercer, who plays Edgar, Curtis's friend and second in command?
Oh.
Every first round gets one of these. This is this one's.
Yep.
Everyone say a big old thank you to the Spider Robert Parker for still running our questions. 5, 4.
I'm going to do a repeat, please.
All right, that is Nick's first repeat. Category of mixed bag in Snowpiercer. Who plays Edgar, Curtis's friend and second in command?
What is his name? Oh. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we go to Nick.
I believe it's Jamie Bell.
And Willy?
I didn't get it. I said Curtis Clifton.
Jamie Bell is correct.
Nice.
All right, gentlemen, your final question in round number 1 is going to come from the category of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What is the name of Thor's newly forged axe in Infinity War and Endgame? Silence says it all because I don't want to give it away. 5, 4, 3, 2,
No.
1. Pins down, and we start with Willy.
Stormbreaker.
That is correct. And Nick.
I couldn't pull it. That's right.
All right. After round number 1, we have a score 5-3 in favor of Nick, but Willy only behind by 2 points as we get into round number 2. Gentlemen, round number 2 works like this. It's a typical round number 2 wheel round. I will bring up a wheel. It only has 6 slices on it, six categories. Each category has 3 questions in it, each worth 2 points. You'll get a spin at the wheel. Whatever category it lands on, you will get those 3 questions. If you're not sure of the answer, you can go to multiple choice. However, it takes the value down to 1. If you don't like the category you spin, you are allowed 1 respin. However, whatever it lands on, you will have to take. Keep in mind, gentlemen, there is stealing in this round. Now, Nick, you do still have a 2-point lead, so I will bring up the wheel for y'all, let you know all the categories that are on there. You can decide whether you would like to spin first or defer to your opponent.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, the categories for this evening are going to be Star Trek, Wizarding World, MCU, DC, Marvel, and Worlds of DC. So, Nick, now seeing all those categories, would you like to go first or would you like to defer to Willy?
I'm going to defer.
All right, so, Willy, this is going to be your spin. And the spin is away. And it lands on the MCU. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
I'll keep it.
Okay.
All right, so Willy is going to keep that. All right. And remember, gentlemen, just
down these answers.
no, just keep your hands in view. You do not have to write down the answers. Just answer within 15 seconds. All right. All right. Your first question, Willy, in the MCU. Where on his body is Everett Ross shot in Black Panther?
In the head.
Nick, a chance for a 2-point steal.
I think it's his spine.
Spine is correct for 2 big points right there.
I knew it was something. Yeah.
All right, Willy, your next question. In The Incredible Hulk, Bruce disguises himself as what to sneak into Culver University's biology building?
Janitor.
Nick, another chance at a 2-point steal.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, that's a great question. I'm just gonna have to go with student. I don't know.
That is incorrect. We're looking for a pizza delivery guy. Pizza delivery guy.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
All right. And all right, Willie, your final question in MCU. Who rescues Steve from the Potomac River after the helicarriers go down in The Winter Soldier?
Bucky.
That is correct for 2 points.
Okay.
All right. So Willie does bring his score up to 5, but Nick was able to get that big 2-point steal. His score is now at 7, and it is his spin. So we bring back up the wheel. All right. And Nick, are you ready for your spin?
Yep.
All right. So that spin is away. And it lands on the Wizarding World. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
You know what? I think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it.
All right. He's going to be keeping that. We'll go ahead. Pull that back off. All right. All right. Nick, question number 1 in Wizarding World. Who is the first person to tell Harry about Sirius Black in The Prisoner of Azkaban?
Oh my gosh. Why am I forgetting his name? We do have multiple choice, correct?
There is still multiple choice. If you
multiple choice, please. Thank you.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, Arthur Weasley, B, Cornelius Fudge, C, Hagrid, or D, Stan Shunpike.
A, Arthur Weasley.
Willie, a chance for a 1-point steal. The options once again are A, Arthur Weasley, B, Cornelius Fudge, C, Hagrid, or D, Stan Shunpike.
B.
B is also incorrect. We were looking for
D.
Stan Shunpike.
D. Yep. Oh my God.
All right. All right. Your next question, Nick. In The Crimes of Grindelwald, what of Dumbledore's gets Newt's attention to get him onto the roof when they meet?
Oh my gosh. Of course, there's always the Crimes of Grindelwald question, isn't there? Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, a hat, B, a wand, C, a glove, or D, a shadow.
Damn it. I'm leaning towards C, glove.
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
All right. And your final question. Which of Harry's friends helped Harry, Ron, and Hermione into the castle through Ariana's painting in The Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Shit. All right, gonna play it safe again. Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Seamus, B, Ginny, C, Luna, or D, Neville.
D, Neville.
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
All right.
Rough.
All right. So tough second round for these guys. The score is now 5-9, but it is still a game as we get into round number 3. Round number 3 works like this. It is our typical third round where we bring up another wheel for y'all. However, this wheel now only has 4 categories. Each of those categories only has 2 questions in it, a 2-pointer and a 4-pointer. You will spin the wheel. Whatever category you land on, you will get the question for one of those point values. You will answer your questions. Whoever is behind, you will answer until you take the lead. A category is eligible to be spun more than once as long as it is in a different point value. So here we go. So, Willie, since you are still behind, you're down by 4 points. So we are going to give you your questions first. So I will go ahead and bring up the wheel, let you know what the 4 categories are, and then we will get your spin in.
All right.
While that's popping up on my end, totally didn't realize that we avoided a knockout with that answer because oh, actually, no, sorry. I still do math wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I do math wrong. Sorry.
You're good.
All right. So, gentlemen, just so y'all know, before I do the first spin, the categories on this wheel are going to be mixed bag, Star Trek, Wizarding World, and Worlds of DC. Willy, are you ready for your 2-point spin?
Yes, sir.
All right, that spin is away. And it lands on Star Trek. Would you like to keep that for 2 points or use your respin?
Got to use my respin.
All right, using the respin, whatever it lands on this time, you will be answering from. No respin on the 4-pointer. It's going to be mixed bag. Mixed bag. All right.
Hopefully something I like.
All right, mixed bag. All right. For 2 points, Willy, in mixed bag. How does Scott defeat Ramona's second evil ex, actor Lucas Lee, in Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? I misunderstood that.
Was it? No problem. If you want to use one of your repeats.
I know Lucas Lee is the second ex, so you mean the ex after Lucas Lee?
Like I said, if you want the repeat of the question, I can give it to you.
Yeah, I'll take a repeat of the question.
All right, that is your second repeat. In mixed bag, how does Scott defeat Ramona's second evil ex, actor Lucas Lee, in Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Oh, okay. I thought you said after, not actor. He tricks him into doing a skateboarding trick that he crashes and wrecks himself.
We will accept that for 2 points.
That's fair.
So takes it up to 7. So here is where we are, gentlemen. Willy is still down by 2 points, but he does have his 4-pointer left. He does not have a respin, so we'll bring back up the wheel, spin it again. Whatever it lands on, he will answer. If he hits his 4-pointer, he will force Nick into a situation where he has to answer some questions. If not, Nick will win and move on to the next gauntlet match. So we bring up this wheel.
Let's do it. Come on, wheel. No whammies.
All right. The wheel is in. All right. And the spin is away. And your fate will be in the hands of Mixed Bag once again. All right. And keep in mind, you do have 1 repeat left, Willy.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. All right. For 4 points, just send it back to Nick. In Mixed Bag, who plays Bob, a cop who betrays Bruce Willis's character in Sin City?
I know who it is. I just can't think of his name.
5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
That was your last repeat. Who plays Bob, a cop who betrays Bruce Willis's character in Sin City?
I can't pull it. It's blanking on me. Oh, man. I literally just watched this
5, 4, 3, 2,
Oh, got it.
1. And your winner,
Brutal. I knew that one, too.
Carley. We're looking for Michael Madsen.
Michael
Madsen.
I
What
knew that
a
one.
match. So we're going to go ahead. Willy, great job.
Thank you.
Great match. But Nick, talk to you, man. You know, you got put in that position where you had to go first, but you know what?
Yeah.
You made it through round 1. You were able to give yourself that lead where it put all the pressure on him. How you feeling?
I mean, I feel great. That's a really intense format, by the way. Just how short and compact it is, man. Like I'm happy. I did really well in round 1. And round 2, I should have gotten a couple that I didn't, but that's how it worked out. So no, I'm super happy with how I played. It's one down. I'm playing one guy at a time. So and sorry, go ahead.
Well, that next guy just happens to be Nico Suave Rigoli. How you feeling going into that?
I mean, to be honest, of the people you selected, he is probably the person I am most intimidated by, because I know how hard, like how intense he is about it. I know how strong he's been studying. Like, that is going to be a hell of a match. I mean, we're really good friends. We've been studying together for multiple things before, so there's going to be that sort of aspect. So, I mean, I'm excited. I'm nervous. It's going to be a great match either way. Like both of us are super excited and ready to go. So I'm curious. I'm very happy to see how it goes.
Absolutely. Well, we will see you next time. Good luck on your next match, and congratulations tonight.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this round of the roster gauntlet. Be sure to stick around as we go into the main event right after this. For Willy, for Nick, I'm your host, Renee Villarreal Jr., and I'm probably passing it on to myself. Let's get to the main event. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Full Metal Geek. We finally had our championship defense. We have a new champ, and now it is time to get back to regular basis. As you just saw, we just had one of our first matches in the Full Metal roster gauntlet, but now it is time for a good old-fashioned Full Metal Geek match. With me, as usual, is the Spider, Robert Parker. Robert, how you doing, man?
I'm doing lovely. I'm excited to see how these two do. This is going to be a really important match for both these players. It won't determine if somebody's going to get into the tournament or not, but it will determine seeding. The winner of this is going to get a much better seed in the tournament.
Absolutely, yeah. As you all saw in my announcement after the championship match aired, everyone's basically going to be in the tournament. All these matches are basically determining where you're going to be in that tournament. So not as important as they usually are, but still quite important if you want to get a good seed. But we got two great competitors here. We got Ryan, who came back and made a good tear in the road to the title that we had before, only losing to now the current champ. So it's you have a guy whose only two losses are to the former champ and the current champ. But on the other side, you have Kaleb Koho, who is without a doubt one of the greatest players in these Geek realms. You know, he had kind of a rough go when he went up against Amaru, but now he's back and he has a chance to do a little better. So let's go ahead. We're just going to talk to these guys real quick. First, we will talk to the higher seed competitor, and that is Ryan Payne. Ryan, welcome back to Full Metal Geek. It's glad to have you back.
Hey, yeah, I'm actually glad to be back here. And knowing my loss record so far and who I've lost to kind of makes me happy knowing that at least when I get beaten, I'm beaten. People go on for higher glory, to become champions afterwards. So it's kind of like, if you beat me, well, your future is bright. You're going to be a champion soon.
Yeah. So how do you feel about your opponent today? How do you feel about going up against the Kaleb Koho?
Well, I know he's no slouch, that's for sure. And despite seeing his loss against Amaru, that doesn't change my mind of the fact that this dude is a killer. I've seen most of the matches. Mostly everyone here in Full Metal, I've watched most of their matches to get an idea of who I'm facing. So I am prepared, but at the same time, I'm going to try to keep things even keel. Don't try to head start or go respond too quickly. I learned that from my match against Nicholas, so I'm making sure this time everything's just going to be even keeled moving forward.
Absolutely, man. Well, great strategy. Good luck to you. And now we talk to the man he was just talking about. That is Kaleb Koho and his manager, Caleb Boatman, which is Caleb, welcome back once again. And this is something I'm not used to seeing. Ryan by himself, but you now with representation. Usually you come in and handle your business. You got a manager this time. How are you feeling coming in?
Yeah, I don't. Boat's always got my back. It's always nice to know that I have someone who can show up for me. That's benefits of a faction. I feel good. Ryan's good. He's shown it. I'm not gonna take anything away from Ryan. I think I have a better chance. I at least know what Hero's pick is. So we'll see how this goes. But I feel good.
All right. So I've been doing some math, right? So Ryan is ranked number 8. Koho is ranked number 10. So at the end of the day, I'm feeling about a 4, which means we should keep Hero's pick.
Absolutely. You are coming in, obviously people know your knowledge, but you are coming in with a little bit of a shaky record here. Do you feel like you need this win today to really be able to put yourself in a winning spot for the tournament?
I mean, I've been here a long time. When you play for a long time, both wins and losses accumulate, bad games,
Sure.
good days and stuff. So I think I would take, I'll never say no to another win. There's no reason to not take the win in the win column if we can get it. But I think at the end of the day, my my play speaks for itself. I'm going to be in this tournament, win or lose, and I'm going to win it, win or lose. So,
All right, there's
Well,
confidence
I mean,
there.
what you're
We'd
in
like to
the
see it.
tournament, win or lose, will definitely determine whether you win the tournament. But
There you
I
go.
do see what you're saying. though.
My advice for you, Koho, is to win. I think that's a good strategy.
good strategy.
All right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring back Ryan in. Gentlemen, as we get into this match, of course, we start with round number one. Round number one works as it always does. You will each receive 10 questions from throughout the Geek universe. Each question is worth 1 point. When we ask you the question, you have 15 seconds to write down your answer. Once time is up, you will reveal your answer and vocalize it. If either or both of you go perfect, there will be a bonus question at the end. Keep in mind, throughout the entire match, you do have 3 repeats and you have 1 challenge. Ryan, are you ready?
Ooh, sorry. Yeah, I'm good.
Burps always help me start off too. Kaleb, are you ready?
Born ready.
All right. Robert, go ahead and hit him with their first question.
All right, folks, your first question is in the category of DC movies. What did the villains call Earth in Superman 2?
God, this is one of those that I really can't say anything.
One- We will have to see if late game that burp helps out Ryan.
4, 3, 2, 1. I feel relieving myself always does. All right, let's start with Ryan.
Planet Houston. Planet
And
Houston.
Kaleb,
Planet Houston.
both are correct. All right, gentlemen, your second question is going to come in the category of Star Trek. What national park was Kirk mountain climbing at in the opening of The Final Frontier? Ooh, straight to the boards on that question. I love seeing that, especially in a category like Star Trek.
Exactly. It's not something you see often, at least, a couple years ago, maybe Koho would not go to the board that quickly. Now we have seen what they say is called growth.
Absolutely. 1. And time is up, gentlemen. Pens down, boards up. And let's go to Kaleb first.
Yosemite National Park.
That is correct. And Ryan.
Now I couldn't pull it.
All right. Kaleb goes up by 1.
Big pull from Koho. Your third question is in the category of mixed bag. What could it be? Your question. What superhero movie features Ellen Page, Rainn Wilson, and Liv Tyler?
I really like this movie.
Do you? I've only seen it once.
I surprisingly enjoy it. It gets a little uncomfortable at some times, but for the most part, I find it very good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we go back to Ryan.
Super.
And Kaleb,
Total guess. Super.
both correct.
That's correct.
All right, gentlemen, your next category is going to be heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. Name both actors who played the 2 different iterations of Zorro in 1998's The Mask of Zorro.
Thank
Robert,
you
this
for
is
fixing
one of
my
those-
question on the fly. I appreciate it.
It just felt weird. I'm sorry. I
No,
do that.
you did the
I
right thing. No,
apologize.
that's the correct wording that I could not think of.
Oh, that was actually. Well, then you're
Yeah.
welcome. I don't feel bad anymore.
Not at all.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Iteration. I
And
couldn't think of that
1.
word.
All right. Let's go to Kaleb.
Anthony Hopkins and Antonio Banderas.
That is correct. And Ryan.
Anthony Hopkins, Antonio Banderas.
All right. Still a 1-point game.
All right, your next one in the category of Wizarding World. After this one, we'll be halfway through. What is the name of Newt's bowtruckle that travels in his pocket in Fantastic Beasts, and where to find them?
Robert, if you could have one of the Fantastic Beasts, what would you want to own?
Bowtruckle would be a good one, honestly. Or I think the Nifflers would be cute, but they would be too mischievous. I couldn't have them around.
I'm sorry. The correct answer was a Thunderbird because it can make people forget when it rains.
That's fair.
Every time I screw up at work, I make it rain. All right. And time, gentlemen. Put your face down. Let's go to Ryan.
Pickett.
And Kaleb.
It's a tiny. I had no idea.
Pickett is correct. Tied game.
Tie game.
All right, gentlemen. Your sixth question is going to come in the category of Middle Earth. What special type of creature does Saruman breed by mixing orcs with goblins? I can tell you I'd never want to meet this creature in real life.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know. You wouldn't want to share a meal,
No.
No?
I think I'd be the meal. 5,
Meat would be on the menu.
3, 2, 1. Oh, that was too good. I didn't even realize we were going to set that up. That was great. Let's go to Kaleb.
Urukai.
That is correct, and Ryan.
Urukai.
All right,
Nice
5
job, guys.
5.
All right, your next one comes in the category of Worlds of DC. What does Mira try to do with a bouquet of roses in Aquaman?
That was a good one, Robert. I'm not going to lie. It's been a long
Thank you.
time since you got me laughing like that.
I
That was
tried-
a great one.
As soon as you were talking about being, it was a little bit too.
It was
easy,
too.
but I
No,
like
it was too. Yeah, it was too good. It was too good an opportunity
Good
to pass up.
All right.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We go to Ryan
She eats them.
and Kaleb.
Eat them.
All right, both
That is
correct.
correct. Nice job, guys.
All right, gentlemen. Your next question is going to come in the category of Star Wars. I get to handle both the stars today. In Solo, a Star Wars story, Beckett says that if Han survives, he should meet Beckett on what planet for a job? I wish we could travel planets. I wish we were at that point already.
Maybe in a couple hundred years when the Earth has succumbed.
Who knows? I'm just hoping the Galactic Federation is out there one day and they're just waiting for us to catch up. As soon
I
as we
see.
do, it's like, you guys are in. 5,
Yeah, it took you long enough.
4, 3, 2, and 1 pins down, and we go to Kaleb first.
Vandor.
And Ryan.
I believe it's Tatooine.
Tatooine is correct.
Okay.
Ryan goes up by 1 point.
All right, your next question is in the category of Marvel movies. In 2003's Hulk, Bruce's father, David, is at Bruce's lab working undercover as what?
I actually remember seeing this movie in theaters as
Do you?
I would have been 11 at the time when this movie came out. It was not good. It was not good then. I was very distracted by the comic book style he kept trying to do.
It was
took me out of it.
ambitious. We'll give it that. Yeah.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we go to Ryan.
I believe he was a janitor.
And Kaleb?
I said security guard.
Janitor is correct. Ryan gets another point lead. As we get into your final question, gentlemen, this will be in the category of the MCU. MCU. What is the first item that Doctor Strange uses the Time Stone to influence in Doctor Strange? Yeah, I would not want to be held responsible for like guarding that stone because I do some things.
I
Not
wouldn't
bad
want to be in
things, but
charge
just
of
dumb
any
things.
stone at all. That's way too much responsibility. All
I don't know.
right.
There's 5, 4, 3, 2. Is it weird I want the ether or the aether? 1. Whatever they pronounce it, I will kind of want it. All right. Let's go to Kaleb.
Apple.
And Ryan?
Yes, an apple.
Both correct.
Both correct. All right. So after that first round, we do have Ryan with a 2-point lead. It is right now 9-7 as we get into round number 2. Round number 2 is going to work like this. We will present a wheel to y'all. That wheel has 10 slices on it, 8 categories, and hero and villain's pick. You will each get a spin at that wheel. Whatever category you land on, you will get 5 questions from it, each worth 2 points. If you're not sure about the answer, you can go to multiple choice. However, the value will go down to 1 point. If you don't like your first spin, you are allowed to spin again unless it lands on villain's pick. Keep in mind, gentlemen, there is stealing in this round. Now, Ryan, since you are in the lead, I'm going to have Robert let you know all the categories on the wheel. Then you can decide whether you like to spin first or defer to your opponent.
All right.
All right, so Ryan, you are up. You can choose to go first or second once we read these categories, which are today directors and composers, heroes and villains, worlds of DC, Star Wars, DC, MCU, Star Trek, and Marvel.
Okay.
And then, of course, heroes and villains pick.
Yes. I mean, either way, I want a good game going here. So, personally, I really have no preference going. So I will defer to Kaleb.
Okay. So then we're going to bring in Boltman quick. Koho, your first spin of the wheel.
Cool. Boat, I really like this wheel boat. This is good. This is a good fucking wheel.
Lands on. Is that Hero's pick?
Yes,
Now, of
it is.
course, we could spin again if you would.
So, Boat,
On a
here's my
scale
idea.
of 1 to 10, how are you feeling?
About a 4. But
Okay.
I think I want to just take directors and composers because I put that, and that also leaves something that I feel really good about for him to get that I don't think he'd be good at.
Okay.
Okay, directors and composers.
I can ask Koho his questions in the category
Yep.
of directors and composers.
He's not on
you have the
Whoops,
wrong Kaleb
sorry.
on there.
Sorry, wrong Caleb.
I mean, this is a handicap
I 100%
match, then, I'm going to have to.
for me.
This is a handicap match, though. I'm like, okay, I need to send out a raven to get somebody to join me.
All right. So, Koho currently at a 2-point deficit as we go into your first question in the category of directors and composers. What Marvel film was directed by Rodney Rothman, Peter Ramsey, and Bob Persichetti?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That is correct for 2 points, and it's a tie game. Your second question. Who has composing credits on Catwoman, Constantine, and 2007's TMNT?
Klaus Badelt.
That is correct for 2 more points. He takes the lead with that one. Third question. Who composed the score for Thor and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire?
Hey, Rizzy, where you at? Patrick Doyle.
That is correct for 2 more points. Question 4. What DC film was directed by James McTeague?
V for Vendetta.
That is correct for another 2 points. And your final question. Who directed 2019's Hellboy?
Neil Marshall.
That is correct for 2 more points and a clean sweep, 10 for 10. Koho 17 to Ryan's 19. Ryan needs a good round 2 here to cut into that lead that Koho just made for himself off of that spinner's choice.
All right, Ryan, and are you ready for your spin?
Let's do it.
All right, your spin is away. And lo and behold, it also landed on Hero's pick.
Damn it.
Okay.
So Ryan, do you need a reminder of the categories, or do you know what you would like?
I don't need a reminder. No, I've been brushing back up on this since 2 weeks. So let's go with Star Wars.
All right. Then.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right, here we go. Ryan, your first question in the category of Star Wars. Which Imperial officer does Vader tell to prepare his troops for the battle on Hoth in The Empire Strikes Back?
That would be General Veers.
That's correct for 2 points.
2 points.
All right, Ryan, your second question in the category of Star Wars. How does DJ refer to BB-8 when they first meet in The Last Jedi?
I believe he calls him Roundy.
You would believe correctly. That is another 2 points.
All right.
All right, your third question. In Solo, A Star Wars Story, Lando says he did a job for Dryden Voss involving which planet?
This is tense, RJ.
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Magito, B, Keto Nemoida. Sorry. C, Felucia, or D, Polis Massa.
I'm going to go with C, Felucia. My final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. All right. Your fourth question. In Attack of the Clones, besides his pay, what else did Jango want from the Camino cloners?
An unaltered clone.
That is correct.
That is
for 2
correct
points.
for 2 points. All right. And now he is within 1 of Kaleb. His next question, he can either take the lead or at least tie it up with your final question in Star Wars. What was the name of Akbar's ship during the battle of the second Death Star in Return of the Jedi?
Home 1.
That is correct for 2 points. And to take the lead.
To take the lead, 18 to Koho 17. Only a 1-point game as we go into round 3, RJ.
Yes, and round number 3 does work like this, gentlemen. We will bring up another wheel for y'all. This wheel now only has 6 categories. Each category has a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, and a 5-pointer. You will spin the wheel 3 times to get a question of each of those point values. You get the question correct, you will receive that many points. Keep in mind, you do have 1 free respin. If you don't like your 3-pointer, you can respin. However, you cannot respin on the 5. We will stay with the behind competitor until they take the lead. So, Kaleb, you will be going first, so I will bring on Boatman for you. I'll bring up the wheel, let you know all the categories, and we will get your first spin in.
I can go through the categories quick. So your categories, your 6 categories in this round 3 are Mixed Bag, Star Wars, Wizarding World, MCU, Worlds of DC, and Middle Earth are your 6 categories here.
So now knowing all the categories, Kaleb, your first spin is away. And for 2 points, it has landed on Worlds of DC. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
I think I'll keep that.
Yeah, don't use your respin yet.
Yeah. All right.
RJ, since I gave Koho's questions in round 2, would you do that in round 3? Great.
Yep. All right. Okay, here you go. Kaleb, in Worlds of DC for 2 points. Who plays Huntress in Birds of Prey?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
That's correct for 2 points and the lead.
All right. Good hit there by Koho. So that will throw it over to Ryan for your 2-point spin. Now, if you hit this, you will retake that lead again from Koho. This really is a scrap so far.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely close. Ryan, your spin is away. Every category is eligible except for Worlds of DC.
Got it.
And lo and behold, it just wants to repeat itself today, so we're going to give you that free respin. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I'm about to kill somebody.
Did it land it? Oh, yeah, it did again.
Maybe just hit the wheel twice when you do that spin. Make it go faster.
Okay, it literally just did it again. I'm literally about... No, okay, good.
Did it really?
Finally. No, it almost did, but it was because of the lag. All right, so you got Wizarding World. Wizarding World for 2 points. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I'll keep it.
All right.
So then I will give you your 2-pointer in the category of Wizarding World, Ryan.
All right.
Your question. Who is the first person to tell Harry about Voldemort in the Sorcerer's Stone?
That would be Hagrid.
That is correct for 2 points and to retake the lead. 20 to 19, still a 1-point game, as now we have to throw it back to Koho for his 3-point spin for his opportunity to retake the lead once again.
Yes, and thank you, Robert, for helping me so much, because this is the only part I lagged in, because I'm trying to do everything with one hand.
No, you're good. You're good.
So thank you, Robert, for your excellent commentary. Mr. Koho, are you ready for your 3-pointer spin?
Yeah, hit me.
All right. Every category is available again.
How did it land
and
on
it lands on
DreamWorks
Star
Animation?
Wars.
Oh.
It lands on Star Wars. Kaleb, would you like to keep that for 3 points or use your respin?
For a 3, I think I can hit a 3.
Yeah, I think you're good enough at Star Wars that we don't want to use our respin until we absolutely need it for the 5.
All right, I'll keep Star Wars.
All right. We'll be keeping Star Wars. But make sure to take away the right Kaleb this time.
There we go. No twin tag teaming here. That's not allowed.
Yes. All right. Kaleb, for 3 points to retake the lead in Star Wars. What part of the Jedi's ship is damaged and needs to be completely replaced on Tatooine in The Phantom Menace?
Nick, for the specific name of it, I can't just say like what it is, right?
If you give us an answer, we'll tell you if you're
We'll let
right
you
or
know.
wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is Caleb's first repeat. What part of the Jedi's ship is damaged and needs to be completely replaced on Tatooine in The Phantom Menace?
The hyperdrive unit.
Yes, we can take that for 3 points. That is correct.
There you go.
We would have taken just in general hyperdrive or specifically the hyperdrive generator.
Okay.
But hyperdrive is acceptable for 3 points and to retake the lead, 22 to Ryan's 20. So we're going back to Ryan for his 3-point spin for his opportunity to retake the lead yet again from Koho.
Yeah. And Star Wars is off the board. For
This
Correct,
brought
you
up the
cannot-
wrong wheel. I thought this wheel was gone.
Oh. But
Sorry about
Ryan,
that.
I'll take Hero's pick.
you cannot get Star Wars for your 3, but every other category is eligible.
Got it.
There it is. All right. And that spin is now away. And lo and behold, it lands on Worlds of DC again. But Ryan, would you like to keep that for 3 points?
Yeah. Unlike the 2-pointer, I can actually take it if I want to. So
Okay.
I will take it.
Okay.
I will take it.
All right, so Ryan, for your 3-pointer in Worlds of DC to retake the lead yet again. So we're back to Koho for his 5. Your question. In Man of Steel, what was the name of the small object that was found with Clark as a baby, which also helps Jor-El communicate with Lois later in the film?
Ooh. I do remember they call it a name, but I don't know if it has a specific name when
5,
Kryptonian.
4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Okay, that is Ryan's first repeat of the match. Your question again. In Man of Steel, what was the name of the small object that was found with Clark as a baby, which also helps Jor-El communicate with Lois later in the film?
I don't want to draw this out any further. I believe they call it a key.
I don't think we can accept just key, unfortunately. We're looking specifically for a command key. It is called the command key.
I mean, are you sure? Because I remember scenes where Lois.
Would you like to challenge?
Yeah, if you'd like to challenge, you may. But I'm not
I
going
mean,
to
look, I may lose or win or so, but this is mainly just for clarification on my purposes. So I will challenge because I do remember Lois talking to Emil when she says that the key's supposed to go in. And then even with Jor-El talking to Lois, she says, because you inserted the key, I'm able to access the ship.
All right, so we're going to cut here. We will go and we will return from the challenge after deliberating. All right, so we are back from the challenge. We looked up a couple scenes, looked up transcript a little bit. Unfortunately, we cannot just accept key. We did need a more specific answer. It is command key. It's called command key by Jor-El and by Zod and the ship. So we believe that, unfortunately, just key isn't an acceptable answer. So Ryan will lose the challenge. He will not get his points for the 3-pointer. And we will stay with Ryan now for his 5-point spin for the chance to retake the lead and throw it back to Kaleb for his 5.
All right.
Yes. And also just saying, if he hits his 5, he throws it back to Kaleb, forces him to answer his.
Yep.
If he misses, Kaleb will win the match.
Correct, yep.
So,
Right.
and do keep in mind, Ryan, you still have your respin for this round. So, as we remind you of that, your 5-pointer spin is away. All categories are eligible. And it landed on the Wizarding World. Would you like to keep that for your 5-pointer or spin again?
There's only 2 movies I hadn't gotten yet to rewatch in Wizarding World. Gut feels as if they might come up, so I'm going to respin.
Okay. Use your 1
All right.
respin.
That spin is away. It's going to be a mixed bag.
Mixed bag.
All right.
5-pointer in the category of mixed bag. All right.
Can I just say, I've been waiting years for this question to be asked.
It honestly, this question's been sitting there for a while.
Is this 5-pointer has been
all
sitting
right.
in mixed bag for so
All right.
long?
All right, so
Yeah,
you're
that tells
no
me
more-
that
we
I
don't-
should congratulate Koho then.
we don't need to hype it up anymore. All right, you're 5-pointer in the category of mixed bag. Who voices the villain Max Winters in 2007's TMNT?
Max Winters. Max Winters. Repeat the question.
Sure, that's your second repeat. You have one more of those. Who voices the villain Max Winters in 2007's TMNT?
Okay, I know it's not that guy because he voices Casey Jones. There's only
5,
two.
4.
I'm gonna go with the second actor I know, Patrick Stewart.
That is correct for 5 points.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay.
Brings his score up to 25 to Koho's 22. Ryan has done all he can, RJ. Now we have to go back
I thought
to
he was
Koho.
Splinter in the
for
movie.
his-
That's why he kept popping up in my head. Like that's
All
the
right.
perfect voice for Splinter, Patrick Stewart.
All right, so we're at this. It is now all on Koho. If he hits his 5, he wins the game. If he misses, Ryan will win.
Yep.
And he does still have his respin to use should he wish.
Yes, he does. And let's be honest, he took off mixed bag, so this might work in Koho's favor, but we'll see.
Absolutely. That
All
next
right,
bag
so
question.
Koho, here's your.
Mhm.
Yep. Here we go. The spin is away. And it lands once again on Worlds of DC. Would you like to keep that for your 5-pointer or use your respin?
That's such a small area.
It's gonna get deep, and
It's
that's what
gonna
I'm
get
worried
deep.
about. But here's the thing: I don't think it'll be a. If it's a deep Birds of Prey, which I don't think it will, because that was a 2, and the 3 was Man of Steel, which would eliminate another one. If it's Suicide Squad, I just watched that. I feel good. If it's BVS, I feel good. If it's Justice League, I just watched that too. Shazam, maybe. I feel better about this than I do hitting Wizarding World or Middle Earth.
All right. Then I trust you. Let's go for it.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
All right.
This might bite me in the
It all
ass, but we're
comes
gonna do
down-
it.
That's our bitch.
All right, taking out the right, Kaleb. And it all comes down to this.
Yep.
Mr. Koho, for 5 points, keep in mind you do still have 2 repeats.
Okay.
For 5 points, Worlds of DC. In Birds of Prey, Harley has a vision of her singing what song when Roman tells her to retrieve the diamond for him? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right, second repeat. In Birds of Prey, Harley has a vision of her singing what song when Roman tells her to retrieve the diamond for him? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last one. In Birds of Prey, Harley has a vision of her singing what song when Roman tells her to retrieve the diamond for him? Five, 4,
Good game, Ryan.
3, 2.
It's a man's world.
And your winner, Ryan Payne. The
I seriously
answer
thought you
was
were pulling a. I thought you were
diamonds
meant to
are
do
a
that.
girl's
You actually
best
do that.
friend.
Oh my god.
Diamonds are girl's
Diamond
best
our girl's
friend.
best friend was the correct answer. What a tight match.
That's a hell of a
25
match.
to
Hell of a
22.
match.
I had to doubt myself.
All
I
right, so we're
seriously
gonna
did.
now talk to. First, let's talk to
We talked
Koho. And we can talk to Caleb and Caleb. Man, you played a good match. Had a good round 1. Obviously, just for lack of a better word, spanked it in round 2. Like clearly, just that was your category. And then had a good round 3. A very like you played well in that third round. I think you saved your respin. And would you have gone back and spun again on that Worlds of DC in hindsight?
I should have. I didn't think Birds of Prey would come up twice in the single round, so I was like, I'll just spin again then. I should have spun again, but then again, if I spin and I hit Wizarding World or Middle Earth, I'm just as screwed.
Sure, it's hindsight. Yeah.
So if I hit MCU, I'm obviously in a much better position. That was the dream hit. But Worlds of DC on that board was the one I felt pretty good about. I just didn't think it was gonna be two Birds of Prey. I've only seen that movie once, so it's been 6 or 7 months now since I've seen it. So I just in hindsight, that's an obvious answer. Should have gone for it, but I couldn't get there. The only song I remembered was that one. So.
And like we said, while there's not going to be any more regular matches for you, there is still the brawl. And if you end up on the right team that gets the right wins, there is still a chance for you to, get your ranking a little bit higher. There are some circumstances that can add positives, can add wins to your records if the brawl goes your team's way. So, now knowing that, are you hoping that, someone picks you up for the brawl?
I think someone's stupid if they don't pick me up for the brawl. If you want to win, I'm right here. I'm still better than half the people on this roster, even if the record's inflated to the point where it doesn't look like it. I think if you put me on your team, I think you got a better shot at winning than if you don't. You know what I mean? I'm formally saying, Tim, I should be your first pick, buddy.
Wow.
We'll see.
All right. Boatman, any last words about your client, for your client?
Oh, yeah. At the end of the day, Koho played a great game. Ryan got a data actor question for his 5-pointer. We got an actual plot-based question. That's just how it goes sometimes. Ultimately, I think Koho knows it. I will admit, kind of pained me because that is a song from a Marilyn Monroe movie. So, of course, and I also like Birds of Prey. But, that's not something Koho's going to know because that's just a random, classic thingy. Koho is legitimately good. If it would have been any other movie, he would have hit it. It's just Birds of Prey. That's one. We thought it wasn't going to come up because it came to 2. Ultimately, Koho knows his stuff, and it just didn't go our way. It came down to the 5s, and Koho was able to bring it there.
Yeah, well, I always said, Koho, still put up a hell of a thing. 22 points, like most people say, on any other day, 22 points can win a match. It just wasn't that day to day. But like I said, you're still here. You're still going to be in the tournament. You're more than likely going to be in the brawl, to be totally honest. I try not to be biased, but I agree with you. Anyone is dumb not to pick you up on that team.
Who's the other captain besides Tim?
David Garcia.
David Garcia. Oh, I'm getting drafted. I'm getting drafted by either one. So I'm just saying I have a preference as to who I would like to play for.
Good that you're remaining unbiased, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a preference as to which captain I'd like to play for, but I will play for either one and bring my all to either situation.
Absolutely. And I'm in full agreement. Anybody would definitely, would be good to have you on their team for sure. And you played great here today. Like RJ said, 22 points, questions just outside baseball in that 3rd round. Still obviously smoked it in that 2nd round. So great game, man. Boat well managed. You guys definitely showed up today, showed why you're still, very relevant in this division for sure. Deserve to be here. And with that, I think we'll toss it over to Ryan quick. Ryan, it was looking scary there for a second after the command key question.
Yeah.
But then, you pulled it out of the 5. How do you feel, man?
Well, look, I'm not gonna lie. Look, Koho, he had a smart choice too with his spin on the 5-point. Because I was thinking to myself, when I got Wizarding World, there was only 2 movies I didn't get to rewatch, and it was The First Fantastic Beast and Goblet of Fire. So a gut feeling made me feel that one of those would have been my questions, and it could have been a deep cut or a simple, one like an actor or just a simple, plot key element. So I decided to spin again. I trusted my gut there, and look, I genuinely thought Koho was messing with me there. I thought he was messing with me because I've had so many Geek matches or done so many Geek practices with people to where they're always doing the whole, I don't think I know it. But as I said before, I did not take Koho lightly going in. I knew this guy's record. I knew how strong he was as a competitor. And yes, if I had missed that mixed bag, or if I decided to stick with Wizarding World, that would have been it for me too. And if I do see Koho across if we're on opposite teams for the brawl, I'm going to do the same prep as I did against Koho, against Nicholas, against Richard, against all my opponents I fought here. I am not going to take them lightly because all it takes one simple question or one brain fart that changes anything. So I have no doubt in my mind he's going to be picked first. I have no doubt in my mind I will see him again in the tournament, either in the finals or in the semis. So one thing's for sure, anybody watching this, regardless of the point standards, don't take him. Do not underestimate him. Don't, because I sure as hell didn't.
Very kind words for your opponent. And like you said, you're looking forward to the brawl. It will be interesting to see whether you guys are on the same team or not, but we'll be finding that out hopefully soon by the time this goes, but we'll be figuring that out soon. Behind the scenes, we'll be figuring it out soon when we're going to let everybody know where everybody is. But great job today, Ryan. Congrats on your win. Back into the positive from being even. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Robert, any last thoughts?
No, just that was a great match. Obviously, both of these people we'll see again, most likely probably both of them in the brawl. And obviously, we're going to see both of them in the tournament as well. Ryan will have a little bit of a better shot. Koho will have a slightly lower seed now, but we know that he can fight back against the higher seed. We've seen him do it before in tournaments. So I'm very excited to see what the future holds for both of these players in Full Metal Geek.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Well, everybody, that does it for this episode of Full Metal Geek. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the positive things you're supposed to do. For everybody here, for Ryan, for the two Kalebs, for Robert, and for myself, the Red Ranger, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time here at Full